Assalamu alaikum students. Today we will study problem set 7-7. Problem set 7-7. So here the first question is we have two. Let us see the first question. Here we want to do the differentiation of this 3x minus 2 bracket multiplied by twice x plus 5 bracket. So we want to do differentiation of these one. We can do differentiation of these one using two different way. So this method we can solve it in two different way. So I'll show you how to solve this problem in two different way. First of all, so we do not have any power over this one. So over this bracket, first you need to look whether you have a power over the bracket. No, we don't have any power over this bracket. So that means this is unlocked. Again, we do not have any power over this bracket as well. So this is also free. That means this is also available for doing operation. So that means what we can do before we do differentiation, we can simplify a little. So before doing differentiation, first of all, we can do some we can simplify. So here, first of all, we will multiply 3x with this twice x plus 5. So if we do that, we will get 6x square. That means if you multiply, we will multiply this 3x with this 2x, so we will get 6x square, and then we will multiply this 3x with this 5 so we will get 15x. We will get 15x, 15x. Now we will multiply this one with this one. So okay, so first of all we will multiply minus 2 with twice x. So we will have a minus there, and we will have 4x. So 2 multiplied by minus 2 multiplied by twice x, we will get minus 4x, and then we will get another minus. If you multiply this minus 2 with this plus 5, you should get minus 10. Right. So now what we will do, we will again simplify it. So here you can see, here we have 15x minus 4x. So 15x minus 4x, we can write 11x, right? So here we have 15x minus 4x, so we get 11x. So now it has been simplified already. We have already simplified it. Now we will do differentiation. So first of all, we will do differentiation of this one. So here 6 is the coefficient. 6 will stay outside, and we will do differentiation of this one. So we have x square. So power will come first, and then from the power will be deducted by 1. So first of all, if you want to do differentiation of x square, the power, you need to bring the power first. So power will come out from the power. We will have 2 there, and from the existing power 1 will be deducted. So that means we have a power 2 there. And from this one, if you deduct 1, we will have power 1 there. So as you know that power 1, you don't have to write it. So always remember, if you do differentiation of x square, you will get twice x plus now we will do differentiation of this one. If you do differentiation of this one, you will get 11. So here, yes, so if you do differentiation of this one, you will get 11, and then minus, if you do differentiation of this one, you will get 0. You will get 0. So 12x plus 11, 12x plus 11. So that's the answer. That's the answer. So this is one way of doing the differentiation. This is one way of doing differentiation. Now let us do the differentiation in another way. Now let us do the differentiation in another way. Right. So now here, now we will do another method of differentiation. So we will apply multiplication rule of differentiation. We will apply multiplication rule of differentiation. Here, this is one term multiplied by another term is twice x plus 5. If you have something like that, what you have to do is you have to keep one of these item behind d by dx. You have to keep one of these item behind d by dx, and the remaining item need to be in front of d by dx, and the remaining item need to be in front of d by dx. Right. So out of these two item, you can choose this. Both of these item is in multiplication. So when you have something like that, you can apply multiplication rule of differentiation. That means you can keep one of these item behind d by dx. You can keep one of these item behind d by dx and the other item in front of d by dx. Now both of these item will change both of these item will change their position. So we will have, and let me write and then I will explain. So that means I'm saying again, if you have a two item like this multiplied, if you have a two item like this, those are in multiplication, you can apply multiplication rule of differentiation. And always remember, you can choose either of these two item. You can choose any one of these two item behind d by dx. So that means let us choose these one. We will keep these one first behind d by dx. We'll keep these one first behind d by dx. So these item is behind this d by dx, and the other item is we have chosen to keep in front of d by dx, and the other item we have chosen to keep in front of d by dx. And then always remember, if you have something like that in multiplication, in that case multiplication rule of differentiation dictates that you should have a plus. So now this one was in front of d by dx in the previous term. So this one was in front of d by dx. Now this one will go behind d by dx. After this plus sign, after this plus, this one will go behind d by dx, and the one that was behind d by dx should come in front of d by dx, and the one that was behind d by dx should come in front of d by dx. So that means first we have chosen to keep these one behind d by dx, and we have chosen these one to use in front of d by dx. So now they will switch their position. This one will go behind d by dx. That means you need to write again this one after plus, and it should go behind d by dx, and the item that was behind d by dx should now come in front of d by dx, So that is called multiplication rule of differentiation. That's called multiplication rule of differentiation. Right. So now we will do whatever you have in front of d by dx. Always remember, whatever you have in front of d by dx, we will do differentiation of that one only. So here this one is behind d by dx. You don't need to do differentiation of this one. Whatever you have in front of d by dx, you need to do differentiation of that one only. So here we have this one. So we will do differentiation of this one. Since we are doing differentiation of this one should not be there anymore. Now we want to do differentiation of twice x. So if you do differentiation of twice x, you will get only 2. And if you do differentiation of this one, you will get only 0. Now again, in between we have a plus, and then this one is behind d by dx. This one is behind d by dx. So that means we don't have to do differentiation of this one. So we have to do differentiation of whatever we have in front of d by dx. So we need to do differentiation of this one. So since we are doing differentiation of this one in this state, we should not use d by dx. So now we need to do differentiation of this one. Now we need to do differentiation of this one. So if we do differentiation of this one, we will get only 3, and we do not have any variable with this one. So if we do differentiation of this one, we will get 0. Now here 0 you don't have to write, you can just ignore. Here also this one you can ignore. Now we will multiply these two first. So what we will have 6x minus 4 plus, and then if you multiply these two, we will get again 6x plus 15. So the final answer is 6x plus 6x, we will have 12x plus 15 minus 4 is 11. So you can see that whatever method you apply doesn't matter. If you apply correctly, whatever method you apply doesn't matter. If you apply the method correctly, answer should always be the same. Answer should be same. Right. So just imagine if you have a power. Just imagine. So we didn't have any power over this one, neither this one. So that's why in the initial stage, in the first problem, okay, we could multiply both of these in the first method. So since we do not have any power over this one and also over this one and also over this one, both of these we could multiply. We multiplied both of these and simplified it before doing differentiation in the first method. So we could do it. But just imagine if you have a power here. If you have a power, for example, you have a power 5 by 2 there. If you have a power 5 by 2 there. Now can you multiply 3x? Now can you multiply this 3x with this twice x plus 5? No, you cannot, because this twice x plus 5 is not available now. This twice x plus 5 is not available now. So that means you cannot just multiply this 3x with this twice x plus 5, because this twice x plus 5 is not isolated. It is locked. It is locked by this power. So you cannot multiply. So in such case, you cannot use the first method that I have shown you. So that means what you have to do, you must apply multiplication rule of differentiation. So you can choose, because since this is in multiplication, so in between you will have in the formula you will have a plus. So it doesn't matter which one you leave outside first. You can choose either one of these. You can choose any one of these to remain outside first. So that means we have chosen that one to remain outside first, and in front of d by dx we will have the other one. So I have chosen to use this one behind d by dx first, and the remaining one and the other one I have chosen to include it in front of d by dx. So now we will have a plus. This is the formula. When these both of these are in multiplication, we will have a plus there. Now they will switch each other's position. So that means we will write these one again here after plus, and then we will have a d by dx there. We will have a d by dx, and then we will have the other one. We will have the one we have behind d by dx, that should come in front of d by dx. So this one was behind d by dx. Now it should come in front of d by dx. Now it should come in front of d by dx. Right, so now what we will do? So now we will do differentiation of this one. Now we will do differentiation of this one. So as you know already, in the last chapter, in the last exercise, we have studied that if you have a power and if you want to do differentiation, you have to do differentiation of the power first. That means you need to unlock it first. If you want to do differentiation of this one, you have to unlock it first. If you want to do differentiation of this one, this is locked by this power. So that means you need to do differentiation of the power first. Right. So if you want to do the differentiation of the power first, this d by dx will no longer be there here. So the power will come first. That means you need to write the power first, and from the existing power, you should deduct 1. From the existing power you should deduct 1. From the existing power you should deduct 1. So this portion is the differentiation for the power. This portion is the differentiation for this power. This portion is the differentiation for this power. So that means we have already done the differentiation of the power. So the job of power has been done. So that means we have already done the differentiation of the power. So it is unlocked now. Now we can do differentiation of inside material. Now we can do differentiation of inside material. So let us put a bracket, and what we will get from this one, we will keep inside that bracket. So that means now we have twice x plus 5. We will do differentiation of this one. So here we are inside the bracket, we have two items. First, twice x. So here if you want to do differentiation of twice x, you should get only 2. And now we will do differentiation of this one, 5. So if you do differentiation of 5, there is no variable there, so answer is 0. If you want to do differentiation of this one, we will get 0. So we don't have to write 0. So this is the differentiation. This is the differentiation for this one. This is the differentiation for this one. Now again here, this one after the plus, this one is behind d by dx. So that means this one, for this one we don't have to do differentiation. Now we need to do differentiation for this one. We need to do differentiation for this one. So d by dx will no longer be there, because we are doing differentiation of this one. That's why d by dx will no longer be there. So now as you can see, we have two items there. So first of all, we will do differentiation of this one. If you do differentiation of this one, you will get 0, and if you do differentiation of this one, you will get if you do differentiation of this one, you should get 3. If you do differentiation of this one, you will get 3, and if you do differentiation of this one, you should get 0. So that means 0 you don't have to write. So that means you get only 3. Now, so pay attention here. All of these things is in multiplication. All of these items are in multiplication. So all of these are in multiplication. So that means what we can do, so we can multiply this 5 by 2 with this 2. We can multiply this 5 by 2 with this 2. So that means here you can see in the denominator we have a 2, In the numerator we have a 2. So these 2 can be cancelled out with these 2. So both of these 2 can cancel each other out. So we will have only 5 here. We will have only 5 here. So that means what we can write is 5 multiplied by 3x minus 2. So 5, this 5 multiplied by 3x minus 2, and these 2 and these 2 cancel each other out. So we will have only these one. So now as you can see, if you deduct 1 from 5 by 2, what we will have is this. So if you deduct 1 from 5 by 2, we will have 5 minus 2 divided by 2, this one, plus, so here we can just rearrange it. We can write 3 multiplied by this one, So now as you can see, differentiation, we have completed our differentiation. Now we will simplify a little. So here 5 minus 2 divided by 2 is equal to 3. So that means here 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. So 3 by 2, right, into this one. Now, so now what we will get is now this 5 by 2, we can write it like 3 plus 2, like this. So this 5 by 2 we can write it like 3. For 5 we can write it like 3 plus 2 divided by 2. 3 plus 2 divided by 2. So these one we can split it like this way. Now these one we can split it like this way. Pay attention. So let me let me do it in another step. Let me do it in next step. Okay, so now we can split this 3 plus 2 divided by 2 like this way. Oops. We can split it like this way, because here you have 3 plus 2, here you have 3 plus 2 divided by 2. So that means the numerator's item we can separate it like this way. That means here if you separate it like this way, still the LCM will be LCM will be 2. So 3 plus 2 we will have in the numerator. So we can split it like that way. So here again, here 2 plus 2 divided by 2 can be written as 1. 2 divided by 2 can be written as 1. So now as you can see, we have a power. This power is over the base of twice x plus 5. This power is over the base of twice x plus 5. So what we can do, we can write it like this. Write it like this. Why? Because you have a power, you have a plus in the power. So this power we can separate it like this way, because here we have base twice s plus 5 power this one. Again here also we have same base twice s plus 5 power 1. So these are in multiplication. So as I said before, if the bases are same, if the bases are same but powers are different, and if you are doing multiplication, powers can be added together, so that means this one we can split it out, we can split or separate out like this, right? So now as you can see, here we have twice s plus 5 power 3 by 2. Again here also we have power twice s plus 5 3 by 2. So this twice s plus 5 3 by 2, twice s plus 5 power 3 by 2, we can take common. So if you take common, what do you get? So from these one we have already taken twice s plus 5 power 3 by 2 common. So that means the remaining part will be there. So we will have the remaining part now, right? So 5 into 3x minus 2 plus, now again here we have already taken this one common, so this one will no longer be there. So that means what we will have 3 2x plus 5. So that means I'm saying again, we have already taken this one common, so we will have the remaining items now. So 3 multiplied by twice x plus 5 power 1. When you have power 1, you can just ignore that one, right? So now we will simplify again. So let us multiply this. So we will have 5 multiplied by 3x, so that means we will have 15x minus 5 multiplied by 2, that means we will have 10. Now let us multiply this one with twice s plus 5, so that means we will have 6x plus 15. We will have 6x plus 15, right? So now what we will have, so here 15x plus 6x, so 15 this 15x plus 6x, what we will have, this 6x plus 15x, we will have 21x, we will have 21x, and then here we will have plus 15 minus 10, so what we will have is plus 5, so 21x plus 5. So right, so this is the answer. So you can just write, you can keep the first bracket as well, doesn't matter. So that's the answer, right? So question number 2 you can study at your home, solution is there. Question number 3 you can also study this one at your home. Question number 4 you can study this one at your home. So let me do question number 5. Now let us solve question number 5. So let's see what we have here. We want to do differentiation of this one. So again, to use this one, here you cannot multiply this x with x minus 1, because x minus 1 is not available right now. It is locked by the power. So we cannot do multiplication here. Instead, to do the differentiation, you have to apply multiplication rule of differentiation. So you can choose to keep any one of these. You can choose either these one to keep outside of dy dx, or you can choose this one to leave it behind dy dx. So let us choose this one first to behind d by dx, and in front of d by dx we will have x minus 1 power 4. So similarly again this one we need to write it back here. So that means this one will be now this one was in front of d by dx, this one was in front of d by dx. Now this one will move back to d by dx. So that means this one will move behind d by dx now, and this one was behind d by dx. So now this one should come in front of d by dx. So here this x is behind d by dx. We don't have to worry about that. We don't have to do differentiation of this one. So only we will do differentiation of whatever you have in front of d by dx. So we will do differentiation of whatever we have in front of d by dx. So now these 4, always remember you have to do differentiation of power first. So power 4 will come first. You need to write the power 4 first, and from the power 4 1 need to be deducted. That means from the existing power 1 need to be deducted. So if you deduct 1 from 4 we will get 3. So we will have x minus 1 power 3, and we have x outside before. So we will have 4x into x minus 1 power 3. This is for the differentiation of power. Now we will do differentiation of inside material. Now we will do differentiation of inside material. Inside we have x minus 1. If you do differentiation of x, we will get 1. If you do differentiation of this one, there is no variable, we will get 0. So if you do differentiation of x minus 1, you get only 1. You get only 1. Now this one is behind d by dx. This one is behind d by dx. We don't need to do differentiation of this one. We will do differentiation of only whatever you have, whatever we have in front of d by dx. In front of d by dx we have a x here. So if you do differentiation of x with respect to x, you get only 1. So that means 1 multiplied by x, this one, 1 multiplied by this one. That means 1. You don't need to write 1. You can just ignore it. So from this one, if you do differentiation of this one, you get only 1. Again 1 multiplied by this one will remain same. So you don't have to write 1. So now this is what we got after doing differentiation. So now we will do difference. Now we can take this one common. Now we can take this one common. So if you take this one common, what we will have is 4x. So that means this one we have already taken this one common. So we will be left with only 4x for the first one. And here we have already taken power 3 common. We have already taken power 3 common, x minus 1 power 3 common. Here we have x minus 1 power 4. So that means only 1 x to the power 1 minus x minus 1 power 1 is there. So I am saying again, we have already taken x minus 1 power 3 common, but here we have x minus 1 power 4. So only x minus 1 power 1 will be there. So that means power 1 you don't have to write it. We will be left with only x minus 1. So that means the answer is, if you simplify, we will get 4x plus x, that means 5x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 1 power 3. So that's the answer. Right. So now you can do question number 6 at your home, 7, 8 also at your home. Question number 9 also you can do it at your home, or you can check the solution. 10 you can do it at your home. Let's do question number 11. Question number 11. So we need to do differentiation of this one. So here what we have, x divided by x minus 1. So if you have something like that, always remember this one, doing differentiation of this one is no problem. But if you want to do differentiation of this one is in the denominator, you need to move it up. You need to bring this one up, or you need to lift this one up to do the differentiation. So let's do it. What you can do, this one is already So that means if you want to bring this one up, this one will no longer be there. So that means if you want to bring this one up, so here we have something like this. Here we have something like this. So as you can see, there is no power over this bracket. So there is no power over this bracket, but there is a power which is 1. So if you bring this one up, or if you lift this one up from the denominator to numerator, the power will become negative. The power will become negative. That means we will have minus 1. So that means here we don't have any power over this bracket. So that means power is there, which is 1. If you lift this one up from the denominator to numerator, power will become negative. So we will have minus 1. So now here this x is above. We have this x in the numerator. We don't have anything in the denominator, so we can write it like this. We can write it like that. So here we can just remove the fraction. So that means now it's very easy. You can do it you can do the differentiation now. Now we have this one. So we want to do differentiation of this one. So now, as you know already, here we have x multiplied by x minus 1 power minus 1. So remember, you cannot multiply this x with this x minus 1 because it is locked. It is locked by this power. It is locked by this power. So that means what you have to do, you have to apply the multiplication rule of differentiation. You have to apply multiplication rule of differentiation. So you can keep any one of these item outside. You can keep any one of these item outside. So that means out of these two item is in multiplication. So that means you can keep any one of these outside and the remaining one in front of d by dx, and there will be a plus, and then again whatever you have in front of d by dx, now that one you need to write again. That means that one will move back to, that is that one will move back or move behind d by dx. So that means whatever you have in front of d by dx, now that one will move behind d by dx, and whatever you have in front of behind d by dx, that one should now come in front of d by dx. That one should now come in front of d by dx. So whatever you have behind d by dx, this one is behind d by dx. You don't have to do differentiation of this one. This one can stay as it is. Now here, as you can see, we have a power. If you want to do differentiation, you have to deal with the power first. So that means power should come first. You need to write the power first, and then from the existing power, you need to deduct 1. So from the existing power, you need to write the existing power, and from the existing power you will deduct 1, right? So this is the differentiation. This is the product of differentiation for the power. This is the product or output of differentiation for the power. So that means we have already done the differentiation of the power, so it is unlocked now. Now we can do differentiation of inside material. Inside we have x minus 1. So if you do differentiation of x, you will get 1, and if you do differentiation of this one, you get 0. So that means if you do differentiation of x minus 1, you get only 1. You get only 1. That means you get only 1. Now plus. Now, okay, so plus, now what I have is x minus 1 power minus 1, and then if you do differentiation of x with respect to x, you get only 1. You get only 1. You get only 1. So that means if you do differentiation of x with respect to x, you get only 1. So that means only 1 is there. So this one, if you multiply it by 1, that means if you multiply it by 1, you don't have to write. That means you will get the same thing back. So that means here what you will get is minus multiplied by x, that means you get minus x, that means minus 1 multiplied by x, you get minus x, and then what you get from this one is x to the power minus 1, sorry, x minus 1 power minus 1 means we get minus 2, plus, so this one multiplied by 1, that means we get this one back, so that means we will have x minus 1, we will have x minus 1 power minus 1. So now we can see that we have done the differentiation, we have already done the differentiation, but there is a power, there is a negative power in the answer. We can see that there is a negative sign in the exponent, so we need to come out of the negative sign in the exponent. That means we need to remove the, we need to get rid of this minus in the power. So to come out of this power of the, from the exponent or the power, what you have to do, you have to move these back, to denominator, right? So what we will have is we will have this one, and this one will move to denominator, without the minus sign in the power. So that means if you want to remove the minus from the power, you need to move it back, to denominator, and the minus in the power will no longer be there, So now again here what we get, so again you need to get a fraction, and here we can see that there is a negative power is there. So to get rid of the negative power, you need to move it back to denominator. So that means if you want to move this one, if you want to remove the minus from the power, you need to move it back to denominator. A full this one will go back to denominator without the minus sign. That means in the numerator we don't have anything, we can write 1 there. So power 1, if you have only power 1, you don't have to write it, that one. Now we will simplify a little. So now what do? We will take LCM, least common multiple, or in Bengali we call Loshagu. So x minus 1 whole square is there, and here we have x minus 1. So we will take the largest one. Okay, so that means this is the LCM, right? So if you add these two, what we will get, x minus 1 whole square is the LCM, and then minus x, what we will get, minus x plus here we got x minus 1 only, but the LCM or Loshagu is x minus 1 whole square, so we will have x minus 1 in the numerator, So what we will have here, you can see x minus x both can cancel each other out, so we will have only x and x, these two will cancel each other out, so we will have minus 1 divided by x minus 1 whole square. You can write it like that, or you can write this minus in front of this one also. So that's the answer, Similarly, you can do question number 12. you can do question number 12 either using multiplication rule. So initially I have shown you how to do this kind of problem using simple multiplication rule. Also now we will study how to do this problem using division rule. So now we will study the same problem we can do. We have now learned, we have seen that to do the differentiation of this one, if you want to apply multiplication rule only, in that case you can move this one up and do the differentiation using multiplication rule. If you move these one up, then you can use multiplication rule of differentiation and solve it. But without bringing these one up, you can do the differentiation if you apply division rule of differentiations. That means if to do the differentiation, you do not need to move these one up if you know the division rule of differentiation. So I'm saying again, to do the differentiation, you don't have to move these one up if you know the division rule of differentiation. What is that? So if you want to apply the division rule of differentiation, you have to get a fraction first. And at the beginning, whatever you have in the denominator, you have to write that one in the denominator. I'm saying again, if you want to apply, you can solve this one without bringing these one up. If you use division rule of differentiation. So in that case, whatever you have in the denominator, you should get square of that one. You should get a square of that one first. That is the first step. So I'm saying again, whatever you have in the denominator, you should get square of that one in the denominator. Now what we will have is, whatever you have in the denominator, you will write that one first in the numerator. So I'm saying again, whatever you have in the denominator, you will write that part in the numerator first, and then you will have a d by dx, and then you will have a d by dx, and in front of d by dx, whatever you have in the numerator, you should write that one in front of d by dx. I'm saying again, whatever you have in the denominator, you should take a square of that one in the denominator. And then whatever you have in the denominator, you should write it as it is, like that in the numerator. And then you will have a d by dx, and in front of d by dx, whatever you have in the numerator, you should write that one. And then, since this is not multiplication rule, since we are not applying multiplication rule, we are applying division rule. So we will have a minus there. So now similarly, like multiplication rule, each one of this one is in front of d by dx. Now this one will move back to d by dx. So that means this one is in front of d by dx. Now this one will go back. This one will now move back to d by dx. And in front of d by dx, we will have x minus 1. In front of d by dx, we will have x minus 1. So now let me recap the full formula. This is the division rule of differentiation. So I'm saying again, so if you don't want to move this one up, you can do it. If you move this one up, you can solve this one, you can do the differentiation of this one using multiplication rule. But if you don't want to move this one up, then you can still do it. You can still do differentiation of this one if you use division rule of differentiation. So that means the division rule of differentiation dictates that whatever you have in the denominator, you should get square of that one. You should get square of that one in the denominator. So whatever you have in the denominator, you should get square of that one in the denominator. And then again, whatever you have in the denominator, you should write that one first in the numerator. And in front of d by dx, you will have the item in the numerator. So whatever you have in the numerator, you should write that one in front of d by dx. And then see, pay attention, this is not a multiplication rule. If it was a multiplication rule, we could use a plus here. But this is a division rule. We are applying division rule here. So in that case, so whatever we will have a minus. Since this is a division rule, we are applying division rule, we should have a minus here. And now whatever you have in front of d by dx, you should write that one first. That means that should move behind d by dx now. And in front of d by dx, whatever you have behind d by dx, that should come in front of d by dx. So pay attention, in this formula, in division rule formula, always you need to do differentiation of the numerator first. You should always do differentiation of numerator first if you are using division rule of differentiation. Then remember, you should do differentiation of the numerator element first. Right, so now what we have, so here in the denominator we don't have any d by dx. So that means we don't have to do differentiation of this one. And again this one is behind d by dx. So we don't have to do differentiation of this one. We will do differentiation of this one only. Here we will do differentiation of this one. So differentiation of x with respect to x, you get only 1. So now this x is behind d by dx, so we don't have to do differentiation of this x. We only need to do differentiation of this one. So we got two items here. First we need to do differentiation of x, which is 1, and differentiation of this one is 0. So that means if you do differentiation of this one, you get only 1. So we have already done the differentiation, so differentiation sign will no longer be there. So we get only 1 there. Sorry, this x you don't have to do differentiation because this is behind this d by dx. It will stay as it is. And if you do differentiation of this one, you get only 1. So x multiplied by 1, you don't have to really write it, you can just ignore this one. So you can just multiply by 1, you can just ignore this one. So now as you can see, what we will have is, we will have something like that. So x minus x, this one and this one cancel each other out. So we will have is x and these x cancel each other out. So we will have is minus 1 divided by x minus 1 whole square. So this minus 1 we can write it like that. This minus 1 we can write it like that. So this is the answer. Right, question number 12. You can solve it at your home. It's similarly like question number 12. You can solve it at your home. It's similarly like question number 11. You can if you want to use multiplication rule of differentiation, in that case you need to bring x plus 1 in the denominator. You need to bring the x plus 1 from the denominator to numerator. If you want to solve this differentiation using multiplication rule of differentiation, in that case you need to bring x plus 1 from denominator to numerator and you can then apply multiplication rule of differentiation. But if you want to apply division rule of differentiation, in that case you can do it like this way, right? Similarly, you can solve question number 13, 14, 15 and 16 at your home, right? So let's solve question number 17. So question number 17, well, obviously I'll solve it using two different methods. Right, I will solve it using two different methods. So first of all, let us get d by dx. Right, so here first of all we will do differentiation of this one. Okay. So we want to do differentiation of this one. So if you want to solve this differentiation, if you want to do differentiation of this one using multiplication of rule of differentiation, in that case you have to bring this one up. So that means you have to bring this one up. So that if you want to apply multiplication rule of differentiation, in that case you need to bring this one up, and when you bring this one up, you have to whatever power you have, with that power you need to include a minus. So that means, I'm saying again, if you want to use multiplication rule of differentiation, in that case whatever you have in the denominator, you have to move that up to numerator. You need to move that up. So if you move that up, the power will become negative. So we don't have anything in the denominator, only x in the numerator. So we can write the x like this way. So we can remove the fraction. So it is like that. So now you can use multiplication rule of differentiation. And you can use multiplication rule of differentiation like this. So that means initially we will keep this one behind d by dx and the remaining part in front of d by dx, and then according to multiplication rule of differentiation there should be a plus, and then what we will have is this one is in front of d by dx. Now this one will move behind d by dx. So that means this one will now move behind d by dx. So this is the multiplication rule of differentiation. That means we will keep this one behind d by dx, and in front of d by dx we will have the other item. So then we will have a plus. So whatever we have in front of d by dx, we have to write that one now behind d by dx. In front of d by dx, whatever we had behind d by dx, that should now come in front of d by dx. So now what we do, so here we have x here, here we have x here. So now if you want to do differentiation of this one, you need to do the differentiation of the power first, because it is locked. So that means you need to do differentiation of the power first. So as you know that power should come first, power should, that means you need to write the power first. When you do differentiation of the power, you need to write the power first, and then whatever you have, whatever you had, you will write that one, and from the power you need to deduct 1. From the power you need to deduct 1. From the power you need to deduct 1. So this is the rule of differentiation for the power. See, this is the rule of differentiation for the power. So that means we have already done the differentiation of the power. Now we need to do differentiation of inside material. Now we need to do differentiation of the inside material. So here we have two items. First 3x. So if you do differentiation of 3x, we get 3. And so if you do differentiation of this one, we get only 3, and if you do differentiation of this one, you get 0. So you don't have to write it, so you have only 3 there. And then plus, so that means we have already done the differentiation of this one. Now we have a plus here, and then this one is behind d by dx, this one is behind d by dx. So it will stay as it is. So now we need to do differentiation of this one. So if you want to do differentiation of x with respect to x, you get only 1. Right. So now what we will do is we will multiply this. Okay. So here 3 is in the numerator. 3 will get multiplied by 1. So we will have 3 divided by 2, and minus you need to write the minus first. You need to write the minus first. So I'm saying again, 3 will get multiplied by this 1. So 3 multiplied by 1, 3 divided by 2, and minus will come out. So 3, and then this x is also in the numerator. So in the numerator we will have 3x. I'm saying again, this 3 is free, no power is there, so we can multiply this one. Again here we don't have any power, so we can multiply this 3 with this 1, and again we can multiply these 1. So 3 multiplied by 1 is 3, and we can multiply this x, that means 3x divided by 2, 3x divided by 2, and then what we have is this one. So this one minus half minus 1, minus half minus 1. So what we get here? So here we get minus 1, and then also again here we get minus 2. So if you do this one, we get minus 1 minus 2 divided by 2, and then we will have a plus, and if you multiply these one by 1, that means you just need to write that one back. So this one back. Right, so where I was, so here what we get, so if you multiply these one with 1, so if you multiply anything with 1, you get that one back. So this is what we get. So now what we will do, we will simplify. We have done the differentiation. Now we all need to do is we have to do differentiation now, right? So we will do differentiation now. So what we have here, what we have minus 3 by minus 3 by 2. We have minus 3 by 2 here, and then we have minus half is there. Minus half is there. So now what we will do? So we can see here minus 3 by 2. Minus 3 by 2 is like minus half minus 1. So minus half minus 1. So minus half minus 1, actually it would have been much better if you keep it like that. So minus half minus 1, instead of doing it, instead of solving it, it's much better if you, you will easily understand if I keep it like that. It will be much better if you don't calculate it. Instead of calculating it, if I keep it like that, it would have been much better for you. So that means now what we can do is, so minus 3 by 2, we have it like this. We have it like this. From this one we got minus 3 by 2. So instead of writing it minus 3 by 2, what I can just write is here minus half and again we can write it like minus 1. So that means this way. So I'm repeating again here. So here we have it like minus half. The power was minus half. So if you want to do differentiation, this power half, you should write the power half first, and then from the existing power we need to deduct 1. And if you do differentiation of inside material, you get only 3. So like that way, you know that. So better if you want to take common, between these one and this one, it's better and easier if you don't solve, if you don't calculate these one. Rather if you just separate it, these one. So here we can, so this step has been written twice. So here what we can write it, here we have power minus half minus 1 over this base. So we can split the power. Like this way. So first of all we will write 3x plus 2 power minus half, and then we will write 3x plus 2 power minus 1. So that means we are splitting. So first we will write 3x plus 2 power minus half, and then we will write 3x plus 2 power minus 1. So now it will be easier for you to understand. We can take this one common. Here also we have 3x plus 2 power minus half, and here also we have 3x plus 2 power minus half. So we can take these one common. So if you take these one common, what you will have? So you have already taken these one common, so you need to remove this one. So you will have only minus 3x. So that means we have already taken these one common, this one will be out, and then plus, so this one you have already taken this one common, so here you will get only 1, right. So here what we will get is, so power minus half is there, so to remove the minus from the power, what we will do is we will move these things back to denominator. So that means now so to remove the minus from the power, we will move these one to denominator. To remove the minus from the power, we will move these one to denominator, and where the minus will no longer be there. So here we don't have anything, we will have a 1 there. So again similarly, so what we will have is here we have this one, and then we will get another gate refraction. If you want to remove this minus from the power, so you need to move this one back to denominator, which means in the denominator, which means in the denominator we will have 3x plus 2. So if you want to remove the minus from the power, we need to move this one back to denominator. Okay, so if you want to remove the minus from the power, we need to move it back to denominator without the minus in the power. So here you will have a power 1. So power 1, you know that if you have power 1, you don't have to write it. We have nothing there, so we will have 1 there, plus 1. So right, so now what we will have is this one, right? So this one we can write it like, so power half is there. When you have a power half, you can write it like square root. Power half means square root. So just rearranging it. So that's just a little simplifying. Okay, we are just simplifying here. So instead of power half, we can write it like this. So pay attention. So we have power half here, so you know that power half means square root. So we can write it like that. And what we have here is, here 3x will get multiplied by 1. So that means here we will have 3x. And these 2 will get multiplied by these 1. So that means here you will have 2. So we will remove these 1, right? So I'm saying again, this 3x will get multiplied by 1. So we will have a 1 there, 3x there, and these 2 will get multiplied by 3x plus 2. We will have these 1, right? So you can keep it like that, or you may go further. If you keep it like that, you will get full marks in the exam. But if you want to go further, what we can do? We can take LCM of this one. So here what we will get is minus 3x, minus these minus we are doing here, minus 3x. So for this 1 will get multiplied by this 1 if you take it LCM or Loshagu. So here what we will have is plus 2 into 3x plus 2, right? So here we will have minus 3x plus 2 into 3x plus 2, 2 into 3x plus 2. So minus 3x plus 3 multiplied by 2x, that means we got 6x plus 2 multiplied by 2, we got 4. So we got something like that. So minus 3x plus 3 multiplied by 2, 6x plus 4, right? Now what we can do, now this one will get multiplied by this one, so you can write it like 3x plus 2. So in the denominator what we will have is In the denominator we will have this one. In the denominator we will have this one. So that means this one will get multiplied by this one will get multiplied by this one. So in the denominator we will have this, and in the numerator what we will have? 6x minus 3x. So 6x minus 3x means we will have only 3x plus 4. 3x plus 4. So well, you can, this is the answer. You can keep it like that. You can keep it like that. This is the answer. This is the answer. Right. So this way you can solve the question using multiplication rule of differentiation. So this way you can solve the question using multiplication rule of differentiation. Now if you want to apply division rule of differentiation, then how will you solve it? If you want to solve it using division rule of differentiation, in that case how should we do it? We should apply division rule. Right, so how we do it? If you want to solve this question using division rule, that means instead of bringing these one, instead of moving these one up, you can apply division rule. Instead of moving these one up, you can apply division rule. And always remember, if you apply division rule, for division rule you should first write a fraction. That's the first step. In the second step, whatever you have in the denominator, you should write that in the denominator. So whatever you have in the denominator, you should write that one in the denominator, and then you should take a square of it. So that means whatever you have in the denominator, you should take a square of that. Now whatever you have in the denominator, you should write that one also in the numerator first, and then you should write d by dx. And whatever you have in front of whatever you have in the numerator, you should write that one. So, and then we have a minus. We will have a minus because we are now applying division rule. We are not applying multiplication rule. In multiplication rule, we will use a plus here, but this is the division rule we are applying. So this x we need to write here again, and then we will have a d by dx. So, and whatever was behind d by dx, whatever you have behind d by dx, so that should come in front of d by dx now. Right, so now here what we will get, I am repeating again, whatever you have in the denominator, you should write that one first in the denominator, and then you need to square it. You need to take a square of it, and then again whatever you have in the denominator, you should write that one in the numerator. And then you should do differentiation of whatever you have in the numerator. And then you should, because you are applying division rule, you should write a minus there. And then whatever you have in front of d by dx, it should now go behind d by dx. That means these x should write it first, and then in front of d by dx, whatever you have behind d by dx, you should bring that in front of d by dx. So this is the formula of, this is the division rule of differentiation. So we already know that differentiation of x with respect to x is only 1. So that means multiplied by 1, you don't have to write it. So now this x is behind d by dx, you don't have to worry about that. So that means we will only do differentiation of these one now. We will only do differentiation of these one now. So now we will do differentiation of these one. Okay. So that means this d by dx will no longer be there. So first of all, you need to do. First of all, you need to do differentiation of the power. We need to do differentiation of the power. So first of all, we need to do differentiation of the power. Differentiation of the power, which means the power will come first. The power, you need to write the power first. So you need to write the power first, and from the existing power, you need to deduct 1. So that means from the existing power, you need to deduct 1. Okay. From the existing power, you need to deduct 1. So that's the differentiation of the power. So that's the differentiation of the power, right? So now you need to do differentiation of the inside material. Now you need to do differentiation of the inside material. So inside we have 3x. So if we do differentiation of 3x, we get only 3. We get only 3. And if you do differentiation of this one, you get 0. So you don't have to write that one. So that means we have done our differentiation. Now the denominator part, as you can see that there is a power inside the bracket, which is power half, and there is a power outside the bracket, which is 2. So these 2 and these half will get multiplied. So these 2 and these 2 will cancel each other out. So we will have only power 1. So we will have only power 1, and as you know that power 1, you don't have to write it. So in the denominator we will have only 3x plus 2, right? So let's move to next step. At home, you need to solve this question on your own. Otherwise, these won't help you. At home, you need to solve it on a piece of paper on your own. Otherwise, these will not help you. So here we have 3 multiplied by, we will multiply it by 1. So 3 multiplied by 1 means 3, and again 3 multiplied by x, we will have a 3x there. So that means we will have a 3x here. So we will have 3x here, right? So these 3 will no longer be there. So 3x by 2, 3, that means this 3 will get multiplied by 1 and then x. That means we will have 3x divided by 2, and this one we can keep it like that. So and then again now we can split these one. Now we can split these one. We have a power half minus 1. So what we can do, we can split these one. So we can split these one. So first of all, we will just write power half, and then we will write power minus 1. So that means I'm saying again, so we will split it. Okay, we have 3x plus 2 power half minus 1. We can split it like that, 3x plus 2 power half multiplied by 3x plus 2 power minus 1, because here base is 3x plus 2, and again here base is 3x plus 2. Here base is 3x plus 2, and we are multiplying. If you multiply, power will be added together. So that means we will have half minus 1 back. So like that way you can split it. Like that way you can easily split, right? So now here you have 3x plus 2 power half, and again you have 3x plus 2 power half. Again you have 3x plus 2 power half. So we can take 3x plus 2 power half common. We can take 3x plus 2 power half common. We can take this 3x plus 2 power half common, and then we can solve the remaining part, right? So we can take these one common. In that case, we will have 1 minus 3x minus 2, 3x by 2 divided by, so this one we have already taken common, this one we have already taken common. So we will have only this one. I'm saying again, here we have 3x plus 2 power half, and here also we have 3x plus 2 power half, so we can take these one common. So since we have taken from these one, we have taken these one common, so for these one we will have only 1, and then we have minus this one 3x by 2, and since we have already taken this one common, this one will no longer be there, so we will be left with only 3x plus 2. So we will be left with only 3x plus 2 power minus 1, 3x plus 2 power minus 1. Right. Now if we simplify again, so you can see that there is a minus in the power. There is a minus in the power. So there is a minus in the power. If you want to remove this one, this has to be, you need to move this one to denominator. You need to move this one to denominator. So accept the power sign. Accept the power sign. I'm saying again, if you want to remove this one from the if you want to remove the minus from the power, you need to move it to denominator. So that means it will come beside 2. You need to move it to denominator. So, and when you move it to denominator, minus in the power will no longer be there, so we will have only 1. And as you know that if you have only power 1, you don't have to write it, so we will have something like that. So now what we will have, so we can solve this part. If you solve this part, what we will have is 2 into these 2 into 3x plus 2 can be taken as LCM. So here we will have this one minus 3x. So that means let me explain. So here this one is Loshagu or LCM in English. So this one is LCM or Loshagu. So we will have this one multiplied by 1. So we will have 2 into multiplied by 3x plus 2 minus we will have only this one, only 3x, minus we will have only 3x in the there. Okay. So now what we will do, so what we have here is 2. If you multiply this, what we will get, 3 multiplied by 2, that means we have got 6x, and then what we will have is, so 6x plus 2 multiplied by 2, we have plus 4. So 6x, 3 multiplied by 2, 6x plus 4 minus 3x. So we will get these ones. So now what we will have is here in the from the numerator we get 6x minus 3x. So that means we have only 3x plus 4. So in the numerator, from the numerator we get 6x minus 3x, that means we have got only 3x plus 4 in the numerator. So this is what we got, right? So if you simplify further, in that case you can see here we got 3x plus 2 power half, and here we got 3x plus 2 power 1. Here we don't have any power, so that means we have a power which is 1. So here we don't have any power, so that means there is a power which is 1, and so here we have 3x plus 2 power half, and here we have 3x plus 2 power 1. So if you cancel these one, these one from these one, so if you apply process of cancellation, we will have only 3x plus 2 power half in the denominator. So here we will have only this one, right? I'm saying again, if you here we have a power 1, here we have a power 1, and here you have a power half. So, and we are doing division. This one is in the numerator and this one is in the denominator. So if you cancel out from if you cancel this one with, if you apply process of cancellation with this one and this one, then power half will be deducted from this one. Here power is 1, and from power 1 half should be deducted, so we will be left with power half. So in the denominator we will have 2 multiplied by 3x plus 2 power half, and in the numerator we will have 3x plus 4. Right, so now what we will have, we know that power half can be written as, square root. Power half can be written as square root. So that means we know that if you have if you have power half, you can convert it to square root. So that means 2 square root of 3x plus 2, and above we have 3x plus 4. So now what should we do? So this is already in the numerator, we can write it like that, and this one so here this one is already in the numerator, so we should write it exactly like that, and this one is in the denominator, and we have nothing below it. So there is nothing doesn't mean that there is nothing there. So this one is below denominator, so this one have nothing below it, so that means we have got a 1 below it. So that means we have only 3x plus 2 in the denominator, we have nothing below it, so that means we have a 1 below this one. So numerator, whatever you have in the numerator, it will stay as it is, and the fraction we have in the denominator, this fraction in the denominator will be reversed. This fraction in the denominator will just get reversed. So this fraction in the denominator will just get reversed, right? So that means we have 3x plus 2 divided by 1. Here we have 3x plus 2 divided by 1. It will be just reversed. We will have 1 divided by 3x, 1 divided by 3x plus 2. I am repeating again, whatever fraction you have in the numerator, that will stay as it is, and whatever fraction in the denominator we have only 3x plus 2, so nothing below it. So that means there is a 1 below this one, and this one will be just reversed. So we will have 1 by 3x plus 2. So now what we will have is, this one will get multiplied by this one. So this one will get multiplied by this one, and this one 3x plus 4 will get multiplied by 1. So that means what we will get is, in the denominator we will have the denominator we will have 3x plus 2. That means this one will get multiplied by square root of this one. So that means we will have 3x plus 2 multiplied by root over 3x plus 2, and in the denominator these one will get multiplied by 1, so we will have only 3x plus 4. So that means, as you can see, both of whatever method you apply, whether you apply multiplication rule of differentiation or whether you apply division rule of differentiation, it doesn't really matter. Answer should always remain same. Answer should be you should get same answer. So right, so you should get same answer. Right, so like this way you can solve question number 18 using multiplication rule. You can solve question number 18 using multiplication rule, and if you want to use multiplication rule of differentiation, in that case you need to bring this twice x plus 3 power half to numerator, right? And then you can apply multiplication rule of differentiation. But if you don't want to move this one up, then you should apply division rule of differentiation like before. So question number 18 you can solve it at your home, right? This way you don't have to solve it, right? So that's the end of this chapter. That's the end of this chapter. Please solve this question and practice this question at your home, and then only you will get a full comprehension, full understanding of the problems of multiplication rule and division rule.